Hello people, just thought I'd touch base with you all, give you some thoughts, reach out. Made a few notes about current situation and maybe methods to help with adaptation to it. Of course, you know, some people have been in lockdown for longer than others. For us it's been about 7 days. We got in earlier, been about 9 days, but been managing to go out for a walk and go out to shops and shit. But potentially with this fucking lockdown shit, we could be here for months, and we need to think about how we're going to go forward with that. Right, so I made a few notes. What's helped me basically is get up in the fucking morning, set the alarm 8:30, get up, don't lie in bed, don't fucking lie around, because you just end up wasting your life. Just makes you lazy, makes you like unenthusiastic, takes motivation. So set the alarm and get up and make some routines. So depending on where you live in a household, you know, share the chores, share the cooking, have designated tasks that you both got to do or you've all got to do. Must be hard with kids, I know, you know, it's going to be harder for some than it is for others, but yeah, the body thrives on regularity. You've got a body and mind. You've got to make routines for everything. So we get up in the morning. I've been having some warm water with lemon first thing in the morning, because you know, rehydrate and cleanse the body. I heard it was good somewhere and I tried it for 7 days and I'm starting to feel good with it, so why not fucking do it? I do a 3-minute mobility routine and then I have a shower. Then I get dressed and I'm pretty much set up. I'll have breakfast, then I'll answer some emails, sort some paperwork. Any chores I've got to do, I do. I've been doing some training every day, just small amounts, so 15 minutes of each activity, broken down throughout the day 3 times, so morning, afternoon, evening. So in the morning I might do my mobility, and sort of after lunchtime I'll do training. So if I've been messing with, you know, between calisthenics one day, animal movements another day, kettlebell and strength movements the other, but all themed around strength training. And then early evening I'll do some combatives. I'll do some unarmed skills, some stick work, some blade work, some air, dry, fire, something like that. And of course I've been setting some time aside for doing, you know, some online lessons for people, personalised, so there's workspace, and if you can still keep yourself occupied with work, that's good. But my point is, try and allocate designated times for doing stuff. For me, writing it all down helps, and following a routine helps, you know. I'm also setting aside time each day for study, just so rereading books I ain't read in a while, looking at new books, reading my Kindle, reading books, watching videos, looking at some YouTube clips. Catch-22 with the internet. You know, I'm using it as productively as I can to research stuff that I can learn about and to look at ideas. I'm not looking at all this coronavirus shit. There's a lot of shit out there. People are talking a lot of shit. Got my own theories on it all. And to be fair, I mean, we know it's not a good situation. But be careful with looking at too much of the shit. There's a lot of shit going on out there, you know. If you found somebody to be reputable and who you listen to, then, you know, listen to that advice. But don't listen to everything and look every 5 minutes. You drive yourself fucking nuts. You know, be what it'll fucking be. But I'm using the internet for YouTube tutorials, or looking at other stuff, or looking at some bushcraft, some survival stuff, how to sharpen shit, how to fucking make shit. I'm trying to be productive with it, and I suggest you do the same. So if you're on your phone all the time, get a bit more discipline and allocate yourself. And allocate yourself at what you look at. You know, it's 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, something like that. Obviously I'm trying to put stuff out there for you guys, and you know, trying to keep the community together and tight. So that in itself is keeping us all occupied. If we can do that, you've got a good UC community. Couple of things in relation to UC. All UC activities are likely to be postponed. We were looking at May, but let's be realistic. We're going to be looking at towards the end of summer. We'll be lucky if it's June and July, August. But we will get through the other side of this, and there will be a semblance of norm. It will be different But we will get through it, and every single activity that, or a seminar or event that we have proposed with UC, we are determined that will be rescheduled and done as normal. And hopefully the community, UC community, will stay tight enough for us to do that. And when we do those things, we'll make sure we fucking celebrate afterwards. The way we're going to train right now is going to massively change. All we've got now is online learning, online training. And if you do something online with some coaching, you're much more likely to stick it as an activity. I'm putting free shit out there for you and ideas in regards to training, but make sure that you train. If you don't train, your body's going to stagnate. Skills are perishable. So, you know, look at this time, if you would, as those in incarceration would look at this time. You know, you've got to do something productive with it. So for me, if we're in lockdown for 3 to 6 fucking months, if we are, so's not to go crazy or stir crazy or cabin feverish or any of that game, and so's not as to get divorced. I'm going to make sure that my mind's occupied and my body's moving. So I'm going to aim to get stronger in certain movements. I'm going to aim to slightly change my body fat composition to a degree. I'm setting goals. I want to be more proficient with firearm skills, so therefore I'm going to work the shit out of dry fire. I want to be even tighter and more concise and precise with my blade work, if that's possible. So I want to get better. I believe there's margin for improvement in everyone. And I want to come through this improved because I've spent the time productively. So I really suggest that you set goals to get out the other side of this as tougher in character, tougher in mind, and more capable in body and skill set. You know, don't procrastinate, don't feel fucking sorry for yourself, don't just, you know, waste your life away lying in bed all day. Get up and do something. You know, I saw a really good interview a couple of days ago in London Real, can't recall the gentleman, but he talked about, it's a well-known model, the stages of grief. I mean, we're going through the stages of grief because what we've lost right now is our current way of doing things. Our way of life has been lost, you know, for this period of time. And if this period of time becomes significant, as it's looking like it might, then the way that we lived life before as we knew it is going to change. It's going to be different when this is over. I'm not saying it's going to be different worse. It could be different better. It would be a bit of both, I'd have thought, but it's going to be different. I mean, from a financial perspective, things are going to be different, so it's going to be harder, in which case we'll be more appreciative of what we got. It's going to be necessary to socially reintegrate carefully. Otherwise, we're going to end up back where we were. You know, regardless of whether this has already been set up and they're sitting on a fucking vaccine, regardless of whether we all need to have a vaccine or whether we've all got the capability in our own bodies to antibodies to kill it in itself. It's out there and it's something that it's going to affect our lives. It's going to affect our lives in a number of ways. There's a good chance that somebody you know, we're going to lose somebody that we know from it. You know, everyone will know someone who's had it and sadly passed. There's a good chance of that. We've got to prepare mentally. Don't get caught up in the havoc of it. If you're strong and you're keeping your body and your mind active and fit, you're doing the best that you can do for your immune system. When you're going to get extremely fucking vulnerable to this is if you buy into all the doom and gloom and you look at everything and you drive yourself crazy, you're just going to make your immune system flat. And that's when you're more susceptible to any illness. So, stages of grief, right? First one, denial. Now let's be fucking honest. We've all gone through little pangs of denial where we thought, this ain't fucking happening. Nah, this can't be happening. And there's still fucking idiots out there that are not getting a grasp. So, of course, denial. Once you start getting your head on it and you realise, fuck, this is fucking actually happening, the next phase is anger. You're angry, and you're angry really because you're scared, because you don't know what the fucking outcome's going to be. This is really happening, fuck me, how can this happen? What are we doing? So it's that. When you get through those two stages, or even during those two stages, you'll hit the third stage, and that's depression. And, you know, to be honest, I've only been cooped up 7 days, but a couple of those days have been great, alright. I mean, not great, but alright. And other days have been different. They've been a bit slumbish. We all get a bit fed up, we all get a bit depressed. So depression is a natural part of grief, because understand, we are grieving. We've lost our current way of life, so there's change. And change isn't comfortable. But at the same time, there's growth in change. Growth, you know, the saying goes, growth lies in discomfort. And discomfort is stepping out of your comfort zone or being forced out of it, and that's what we've been. You know, there's change here. So we have lost our current way of life that we know, and we are going through a grieving process because of that. So it's denial, anger, bit of depression. The next stage that you're going to come to is bargaining, when you're going to start to appreciate and take stock of what you've got. You're going to look at measures that you could put in play that put you in better positions, possibly. You'll start bargaining. Well, you know, if we get this, then maybe that happen. If we can do this, then we can get that. So you start trying to think, at least constructively. And then the final stage of grief is acceptance, where you'll just accept it's happening. This is it. This is our lot. Regardless of what happens next, there's change. So I honestly believe that we will come out of this in 3 to 6 months with a semblance of not normal as we've known it, but a normal way of life in which we can get on with things. We're going to struggle financially somewhat, and we are going to have to find that we're going to have to make ends meet, and it's going to be difficult for everyone, but we'll get through it, and there will be a normal balance restored, if you like, to a fair enough degree to carry on with life. I do believe that'll happen, and I believe that we'll probably come through all that somewhat stronger and richer for the experience. You know, if nothing else, it would have developed character in some individuals, certainly revealed character in some people. Some people have shown their true colours as being truly shitty human beings, and other people have, you know, just been shown true strength and been amazing. We've only got to look at our UK NHS people to see how they're risking themselves to do that. They're fucking Trojans. They're amazing people. So give me a little bit of faith back in humanity at the same time. You know, we need to get through this by staying constructive, staying focused, staying positive, you know, and hopefully this will be a wake-up call for humanity, a wake-up call for us all, you know. We start appreciating every day that we got left, because fucking life ain't a rehearsal, we all know that, right? But the point thing I'm trying to get across to you is look, don't stagnate, don't get lazy. Make routines and stick to them, and work your body, and allow the time for your brain training, for reading and study, and keep active, and don't get lazy. You get lazy, you'll just regress. Don't do that. I think that, like I said before, you know, people have been in incarceration having the best of their time. Somebody goes away, gets banged up for 3 months, 6 months, usually comes out looking fit and strong. Take the same idea. Use this time as a 12-week period. You need 12 weeks to give any decent routine a good crack of the whip, if you like. You know, just find one and stick to it and do it, and log your progress, set goals, take before and after photos or before and after written examples of performance. You know, look to improve yourself. You've got to keep moving your body. You've got to keep getting blood to the muscles and oxygen to the brain. That's the way we got to go, because you know, all skills are perishable. And you don't want to come out of this a lesser human being. You want to come out of it a stronger human being. You know, that's if, of course, we don't go fucking stir crazy, end up divorced or fucking killing each other. But, you know, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about the person that you're living with, and you're going to hopefully learn some life lessons, you know. But what I'd like you to do inside of all that, obviously some things are better, worse for some people than others, and really my heart goes out to all of you. But if you're fortunate enough to have a roof over your head that you know is safe for the next few months, to have got some food stores in, to enhance your security, to have people around you that will pull together, then you're lucky. So really try and look at what's around you right now, the people, the assets, the resources, what you've got around you that is really of worth. That if you look at it, you could say, wow, I truly appreciate that I've got that. You know, you'll find something, have a look. So example, it's weird how things happen. You know, I've lived here now out in the forest area, very rural for the last 3 months. 3 months. Before that, I was living in a place, part of the city that was fucking loud and noisy. Every 2 minutes you're hearing police sirens. If I was there now, mate, I'd be going fucking batty. I really, really would. So I'm really grateful that I'm here. You know, I'm also really grateful that 10 months ago I bought a French bulldog called Daisy. She's great. I look at that dog and I take that dog out each day, and in fact it's one of the highlights of my day, just playing with her and taking her out and exercise. So if you've got a dog, you know, it gives you unconditional affection, and you're lucky. Be grateful for that, and that can be your kids or your wife or whoever. Just look around at what you've got and see if you can count your blessings. You'll find some. You know, don't look at the cup half empty, look at it fuller. You know, I'll be optimistic. I do believe that we're going to get all through this fucking bigger and stronger than before. You know, we're going to be worth our salt. But in terms of, you know, I'm talking to the UC community, obviously, any events that we've had before will be back on, without a doubt, with a vengeance and a celebration afterwards. A couple of things. In terms of UC members, there's many UC members that have been members for years. You remember that you've got a grade book and a license book that I stamped when you're taking your grade-ins. You might list any seminars that you've been to. Well, that's just been totally redone, extremely professional format by the head of UC headquarters in Frankfurt, Ralph Lubitsch. And he's made a superb new member grading book that's got lots and lots of detailed things in it. That, say for example, let me tell you, it's got obviously the details of the date, location, instructor that took your grade. So if you took grade, you've got voucher, foundation and game plan graded. Grade 2, foundation, where you're starting to learn ECQ. Grade 3 would have been counter weapons. Grade 4, anti-grappling. Grade 5, multiple assailants. Then where you would go in terms of requirements for being a UC team coach, how you would get on the instructor program, how the instructor development works, listings for seminars that you may have attended, any of the benefits from the combative training cycle courses that are going to be offered soon, and the instruction enhancement. In short, the UC membership gradebook now has really been updated and done. So my question to you is, if you are an existing UC member, you'll be on our database, then send me an email and we'll send you a replacement out. There's also going to be some smart key rings and a patch that come to you just to say thank you for maintaining your loyalty with UC and remaining part of the community. Any of the instructors or any of the students, obviously it's compulsory that you are a UC member, but the membership has taken a step upwards. So that's one thing. The other thing is the book that was done by Paladin, the Urban Combatives book, which ridiculously, since Paladin went out of production, you can find my book on Amazon, where some greedy toad has actually put it on there for close to £1,000. Now, nobody's ever going to pay £1,000 for that book, of course they're not, but it just shows you what people are like, because something's you know, rare. Or you look at the cunts that have been selling toilet roll and baby formula. Well, to you cunts that have put that fucking book out there for that extortionate amount of money, fuck you. I say, I'm fucking you up now, because we've had it published, republished, and we've had it republished in a format that's A5. Glossy, beautiful colour pictures, come out really, really smart. And this book is available now to everybody by UC Frankfurt headquarters, and also it's going up on the UC website, and it will be available at the always price of $19.99, and anybody that wants one will get them sent out. If you want it signed, I'll happily sign it for you or to you or whatever else. And this will also be a part of the new member package. When a member signs up, you get your one of these as a complimentary introduction, if you like. So that was one of the new things I wanted to say, and they've come cellophane wrapped off the press, and they're going to be available soon. Also, at some point, I was thinking of doing some kind of competition, because that book I've just shown you was originally in 3 volumes, and then it was in 2 volumes, and they were in this format, which you'd never find anywhere now, because you know they were stopped from production a long time ago. But I've got 2 here that were original, and you know signed, and I'm going to put them up for some sort of offer, maybe some sort of competition or something, just something to keep us motivated. So that's going to be coming up soon. There's also going to be 1 or 2 new UC downloads coming up, and obviously I'll do the WOD for you every week. And if anyone's got any requests to specific things that need to be covered, particularly those of you on the online platform, on the UC page for that, or any of you guys on the UC study group, if there's anything, maybe someone wants to start a poll on something that they'd like to see covered in video, then yeah, I'll be happy to do it. We've got a lot of time on our hands, so yeah. So I'll just leave you with saying about, you know, try and find a silver lining. Look around you and look at the people that you think are, you know, you're glad you're with them, right, you know, or anything that you've got going on that, you know, you're grateful that you've got, because how much harder would it be without it? And get some zen shit with that, get some zen time with that, you know, hold on to it and get zen with it. You know, because, like I say, you know, life's fucking short. We don't know what's around the corner, we really don't. All we can do is be optimistically strong and go forward, keep going forward. Wake up every day is a new day. It's a battle won, battle over, you know. We got a new day, we got another chance. So make the most of every fucking day. I mean, none of us know how long we're here, you know. I'm not trying to rant, I'm just trying to give you a little bit of, you know, of my thoughts, how I think about it. I'm trying to be really optimistic. Maybe in another couple of months you might get a very different statement, but no, I do believe we got this in us. Just fucking don't go crazy, don't go stir crazy, don't get lazy, do something, find something constructive to do with your time and keep fucking moving forward. And eventually we'll get through this, and when we get through the other side, yeah, things will be different, but plausibly I think things will be different in a better sense too. So let's look forward to them times, right? So the WOD of the week went up yesterday. Like I said, I put up my own personal workout of the day WOD in the hope that some people would do some clips and follow suit, but you know, you're being a little bit lazy out there. I'm not seeing anyone really doing it, so I'd like to really see somebody, part of the UC community, show me that you're working, show me that you're training, show me that you're thinking, show me that you can keep moving, right? Right, love you, peace.